the protests. So hey, how you doing? Walking by the protest over there, huh?
What?
Walking by the protest, huh?
They're white.
Huh?
They're white. Did you hear the proposal?
What's that?
We're talking Australian style camps here in Russia.
Yeah. Well, that's not what their protest is. One of the ladies' dad's in ICU on a ventilator,
And
right?
they're not gonna let her sit.
And she said that he was getting better, but they said due to staff shortages, they're not going to be able to let him see her. But she's also an anti-vaxxer, so the hospital's probably sitting there going, "Well, hey, check this out. If she's not willing to vaccinate, we don't want liability if she gets COVID."
I'm not vaccinated.
I'm not either.
I've had the virus.
I have too.
It was like 3 weeks of misery.
Yeah, mine was about a month and a half.
I didn't even spike a fever the entire time.
I didn't spike a fever either, but I wound up in ICU. I was in ICU for 3 weeks. And then I spent 2 weeks on the floor, and then I spent 10 days at a friend's house rehabbing, and then I went home and was on oxygen for about 2 months. But I'm good now.
I mean, for the most part, this is overkill.
Yeah.
Everything they're doing with this.
Yeah. It is. But to sit there and say that what they're saying is he's in isolation now, and isolation is torture, which is,
It's government sanctioned torture is all it is.
yeah. And they're taking the thing from the prisons where, you know, they're not allowed to talk to people on the phone. They're scanning their mail. Sometimes they throw their mail away and stuff like that, and keeping them in cells by themselves. And doing that, and basically giving them a life term in administrative segregation or a security housing unit. That's torture. This right here is not torture.
70% of people who are getting the virus are fully vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
what you guys do?
just videoing.
I remember you.
Yeah.
Don't tell everything you know, Phil.
I spent 3 weeks in August and September. I spent 3 weeks in ICU, right, with my family being told that I'm probably not going to survive.
That's what's going on here, too.
Yeah, and I spent 2 weeks on the
Don't let
floor.
the family in to visit you, right?
They didn't let the family in to visit me either.
They didn't?
No.
Yeah, that's what's going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're actually doing stuff that's making it more dangerous for the person to survive. You know, the CPAP thing, and then
Driver vector.
they're
Yeah.
putting them on a ventilator.
Get some
Okay.
numbers. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah.
more.
Money,
They
money,
get
money,
more
money.
the longer you're in there.
But yeah, they wanted to put me on a ventilator, and I said hell no.
No.
And they asked my son. My son's like, no, you're not putting my dad on a ventilator. And then that was that, you know. The nurse came in, took the ventilator out of the room because they brought it in. And about a week later, the nurse came in looking for the ventilator. I go, what's up? We're putting you on the ventilator. No, you're not. And about 4 days after that, my breathing started to come back, and they started lowering my oxygen level.
What helped?
Huh?
What helped?
Not being on a ventilator.
Being on a ventilator would have killed me.
Yeah.
What?
That's what we tell
yeah.
them.
What helped me is I concentrated on what I was doing. Every minute I was
You
awake,
know
I
how
was
to take care of
concentrating on
yourself.
breathing.
You don't need a damn doctor.
Yeah. Every day I was at ICU, I was concentrating on breathing.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's all in how you breathe.
Mm-hmm.
You have to control it.
Get panicked. Start
Yeah.
That's exactly
yeah.
what happens.
And I spent a lot of time on my stomach because they made me lay down on my stomach.
Face down?
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that.
And
Well, because if you don't, then the sinus will drip down the back of your throat, and then you get congested from the sinus.
Yeah.
And you don't even realize you have a sinus problem because it's going down the back of your throat. So if you're laying on your stomach,
They also say it opens up your lungs because
Yeah.
the back lower part is where the pneumonia hits.
right.
Because I had both viral and bacterial pneumonia.
And once you get that, you always get it, is what they say.
Yeah.
And why is that? It's a virus.
Right. So yeah, I know exactly how he's feeling and stuff.
I'd like to know why they don't do something about this water.
Because it's supposed to be like that.
Ship it down to California where they need it?
No, this should be taken care of. You know, if it's a wetlands,
Well,
then clean it up.
The ducks like it like that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Ducks like it like that.
Ducks can go out in the woods, in the lakes out
they
there.
Like that duckweed. That's cattails. They love that stuff.
No, it's
Yeah.
also
It's-
hiding what they don't want you to see.
Yeah, it also protects wildlife.
Water. Yeah, I know.
What's wrong with water? Ducks love it.
It's stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll disappear once it quits raining.
Until then, things
I
grow
got
in
a
nasty
pond
water.
on my place like that.
Yeah, but you're supposed
That is
to... Here's a ride.
There's your ride. But yeah, I was.
like thumbs up.
But yeah, doctor said that if I would have got to the hospital an hour later, I would have died.
Lucky guy.
Yeah, but you don't always believe them. I was
No.
told over 30 years ago I only had less than a 25% chance of beating cancer. And
Right.
here I am. I'm fucking old now, and I'm like, I didn't plan on living this long.
Right?
So now I just cause problems.
Yeah.
Somebody's got fireworks.
Yeah, it sounds like they're setting off fireworks over there.
Who is that?
Probably Joey Gibson.
Yeah, he would do that.
Yeah.
Cruising back across the
Oh,
street.
maybe it says poppins.
Yeah, it's popping.
Yeah.
Throw it down on the ground.
They're not loud enough for my
Right.
Back.
All right.
See ya.
See ya. So what they're doing is they're protesting the fact that family cannot go up and see, unvaccinated lady cannot go up and see her dad, which is on a ventilator, or is going to be on a ventilator, and so they want to go up and see him, and the hospital's saying no. I don't blame the hospital because, you know, they're probably unvaccinated, and there's a liability issue of if someone got sick up there. And I checked with the hospital. Their policy is if someone's gonna die, that they can have 8 visitors. Otherwise, they're entitled to 1 visitor. I believe it's 1 visitor per day. But it also depends on what part of the hospital you're in. So, yeah, she might not have been able to visit, but what her brother or sister might have. And, you know, you never know. But I totally disagree with them saying that this is like isolation, the same way prisoners are isolated, because it's not even close. A prisoner in isolation does not have near the stuff that they have here in the hospital. A prisoner that's held in isolation is not given phone calls. Their letters are there's letters are searched and sometimes confiscated with the wrong words in there. And you have no contact with anyone for any reason.